You knew when you moved to Nashville that that was what you wanted to do?
I moved here with that purpose to write. And at the time, though, it was to write songs. Like I did that band thing, and I got that opening gig, and that was like a brief moment of like 6 months where I thought I wanted to be an artist. But then I like signed a publishing deal, and I was like, "Damn, this is awesome! You should get paid." You know, for me, it was $12,000 a year. I'll just tell you, it was $12,000 a year. But all I had to do was write songs. You know what I mean? And that's when I was like, man, I just want to be a songwriter. And then, years later, the artist thing kind of happened.
Early in your career, you're talking about you're not a draw, you're uncertain about your career, and you told this story about a napkin that someone passed you in a tip jar telling
Yeah.
you to quit when you were just getting started. Now you're the reigning ACM Songwriter of the Year, which is prestigious. What went through your mind that night when you got that in the tip
The
jar?
night, when I got the thing, man, I wasn't even mad. Like, it was me and three other buddies, and we were playing a writer's round, which in Nashville, you basically sit on four stools and with an acoustic guitar, and you go in a row and you play songs that you've written. Now, the bigger good writers rounds, they're all hits, and hit writers, and it's a moment for people to see like the people behind the song and tell the story and all that. But we didn't have any hits, so we were just playing our best songs. And somebody wrote literally quit with an exclamation point and underlined it and put it in our tip jar. But dude, we were all so hungry and so like determined that it didn't even make me or anybody else mad. But I mean, it was only we were just like, well, fuck that guy. We think we're good. You know what I mean? And so I kept it, dude. I literally kept it, and it's at my house right now. I still have it to this day. But no, dude. It was fuel to the fire. Like I didn't even get butthurt or anything. I was just like, well, fuck that guy. We got this, dude.
When I watched you tell that story, it was also the way you told it. It was like you were cutting a promo, and I wanted to jump out of my seat. You literally see in the video clip, which we're going to show a clip of that, the crowd by the end of the story is like, yeah,
Yeah.
like it was like the ending to a movie.
Yeah,
It
man.
was
I didn't know that I was going to give that speech that night either. And I found out, like, I guess that night that I had won, and I was sitting next to my wife. Here's a crazy part. This is like a sidebar to the story. The same night that the quit napkin thing happened, over in the corner was this old man named Sonny Throgmorton, and he was a songwriter, wrote a ton of hits back in the 70s, maybe 80s. And he came up to us and he was like, man, you guys are awesome. Like, y'all are from Nashville. Y'all are doing the songwriter thing. Like, stick with it. I think you guys are good. And so I met him that night, and I thought it was super cool to meet Sonny Throckmorton at the Floribama, some random, not random, it's a pretty popular bar. But anyway, long story short, I knew I was winning that award that night, but I did not know that Sonny Throgmorton was being honored that night as like the American poet. And they didn't put that part they edited my speech and they didn't put that part. But the second that I realized he was going to win that award that night, I was like, I have to tell that story now. Because it was the same night that all of that happened. It was like totally like universe coming together kind of thing. It was super cool.
yeah, that was powerful.